Was that the only thing discussed at that meeting?
I believe I may have. I don't think we discussed anything more than that.
And at that time, what was the scope of work or the TORs that you discussed? What exactly did you tell you that these were the services they were going to need you to render to the government?
Basically, I mean, do you want me to read the statement? That particular area. You know, I've specified exactly.
I've seen that in your statement.
Yes.
But I am assuming,
you want me to summarize?
unless you correct me, that perhaps what is in your statement is what subsequently followed the letter of appointment? Or was that from the meeting as well? Was it very clear in that meeting?
The draft letter was there.
At the meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the draft engagement letter was there.
It's quite a short letter.
I think it's 2 pages.
Okay. Yes, you are right. So please continue. So this letter was already present and written at the meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
So the email I'm going to forward to you, you will see the draft there.
Okay. Please. So after the meeting, was that the day you received the letter, or you received the letter at a later date?
We discussed, we finalized, and I received the formal letter subsequently. But I believe in a very short period.
Okay. So everything was done very quickly. Between Mecca, the meeting, everything was very quick.
Well, Mecca was probably in May or March, so we can check the dates of Ramadan in 2019.
It's May, June 2019.
Yeah, so in May.
What? Okay. Were there minutes from this meeting, or you had not started recording? It was not necessary to you to record what was happening at that meeting?
Well, I knew whatever we discussed was going to be captured in the terms of reference or letter of engagement.
Okay. So at this meeting, did you also discuss the duration of the appointment?
I believe we set an initial period of 6 months.
Was this a realistic period for you, the time frame? Did you think, considering the scope of work, everything in the scope of work, do you think it was something you could execute in 6 months?
No, I didn't know what I was getting into, and it's only when you get into the field and then you know what you are confronted with, then you will be able to say. But I guess that's why they decided to make it into periods of 6 months. So sometimes you really need to open the box before you understand the scale of what you are confronted with.
So at the time, you did not understand the scale or how wide the work would be.
Yes, because if you look at the JANNEH Commission, you are talking about at least 200 properties. So if you look at the initial master list that they shared with me, we are looking at 57 properties. So when you, I mean, now when you have it, you start to think about how do you make this complex transaction simple so that it's transparent, have opportunity to bid, and it's easy to audit. So you factor all those things. And of course, then you come up with strategies. So one of the things we picked up very quickly was don't put all these properties in the market at the same time, because it will just also now said, okay, now let's adopt a phase strategy. So it's after you really get into it that you know what you are confronted with, and then you design strategies to execute it.
Did you discuss at this meeting? Did you discuss issues regarding fees and mode of payment?
Yes, and that's why it was specified in the engagement letter.
In the engagement letter. All right. So for the record, can you just state the scope of work that you were supposed to handle?
So I'm reading paragraph 16.
Go ahead.
According to the appointment letter, I was appointed as receiver trustee with the following mandate: to take over the management of assets, properties, shares, and acquisition of companies listed in the attached schedule, to take control of shares and dividends held by the former president in GT Bank and other Gambian companies, and to manage the shares and dividends of persons deemed to be close associates of the former president in various companies. My duties also included liquidating and selling approved assets, properties, and shares within 6 months of accepting the appointment, subject to extension by the Attorney General, paying all proceeds into a designated central bank account after deducting fees and expenses, and performing any additional assignments as required by the Attorney General.
Thank you. And I had asked about fees. What was the agreement with regards to fees between you and the Attorney General?
Certain assets, he had said, we agreed on 10%.
Do you have a copy of your appointment letter?
No, but I can, if you can.
Okay, you don't have it here. No. All right. I'd like you to state this for the record, so I'm going to direct you to show you a copy of your submission. Secretariat. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Did you find it?
Yes.
Okay, please read it out.
Your appointment will be effective on 18 June 2019, and you will be provided with information on the state of the companies, their activities, management and staff as at that date. You will be paid a fee of 10% of all transactions in respect of said companies and 5% in respect of transactions relating to the management and of the shares of the former president and Mohammed Bazi held at the Guarantee Trust Bank and GAM Petroleum respectively, and in other companies in the Gambia. All other charges for reasonable
Sorry, Honorable Chair. Sorry, Mr. Barry. I forgot to guide the committee to the document that you're reading from. It's in volume 1 of Mr. Barry's submission. It's the one that has the letters of the alphabet, the one in the cover. Yeah. The letter is dated 15th June 2019. It's quite a bulky. Let me. That's what I'm looking. Let me just get the number for you. Honorable Chair, it's under Appendix 3. I think Appendix 3 is marked as, well, it says evaluation report, but it will be the second, rather that, yeah, the second letter after Appendix 3. Yes. The first letter is dated after the page marked Appendix 3 is 15th June. And then the second letter is 13th June 2019.
Yes. Are we there, honorable members? Appendix 3, the first letter there will be 15th of June.
And yes, the second letter, that's the one he's reading from. That is the appointment letter. Perhaps Secretariat can help other members of the committee find.
Don't worry. Use this as a guide. You can continue.
I can continue. Okay.
Continue.
All right. So, Mr. Barry, we can go back to that said paragraph and you can just read it out. We will have some discussions on it. Now that the committee has found the document. Please go ahead.
Your appointment will be effective on 18 June 2019, and you will be provided with information on the state of the company, their activities, management and staff as at that date. You will be paid a fee of 10% of all transactions in respect of the said companies, and 5% in respect of transactions relating to the management and disposal of the shares of former President JANNEH and Mohammed Bazi, held at the Guarantee Trust Bank and GAM Petroleum respectively, and in any other companies in the Gambia. All other charges for reasonable expenses, including operational costs, shall be deducted from monies generated from the transactions.
All right. Thank you very much. Before we move on, like I said, we will discuss this paragraph a little bit. It says you will be paid a fee of 10% of all transactions in respect of said company. At this point, were you given a list of companies?
As part of the letter?
Yes.
I think that was given subsequently.
Subsequently?
Yeah.
All right. So 10% with regards to transactions of these companies, but also 5% when it came to shares. So the companies owned by President JANNEH were the ones that would attract the 10% fee. And then was it that the shares in the companies owned by his close associates were the ones that would attract the 5%?
Yes, but subsequently it was changed.
Okay. It was changed to what?
So after the first transaction,
okay,
after the first phase of the disposal of assets,
after phase one,
the phase one,
okay,
the results were better than anybody expected.
Okay.
And the Attorney General, together with the Solicitor General, invited me for a meeting and said that, look, we've seen the results. We believe really the fees needs to, we are proposing to bring the fees to 5%.
Altogether, across all transactions?
Across all transactions.
Okay.
And yeah.
What was your reaction to that?
As I said, it was an assignment that nobody knew what we are getting into. Nobody knew what results we are going to get. And seeing the results that, at that time, we had the guide price. So the average, even we did an average, the bids were 34% higher than the guide price. So I thought, really, well, in the interest of fairness, yeah, we agreed.
Was the agreement later reflected in writing?
Yes, we changed the terms of the engagement letter. Subsequent engagement letter was now very specific.
Okay. And this engagement letter, the subsequent one, do you have it?
Yes, I have it, yes.
Can you provide a copy for the committee? So, Mr. Barry, before we move on, when was the fee change agreed upon? What date was it agreed upon?
I believe it was the subsequent, the first.
Sorry, please state the date again.
I believe it was the it's in 6 months. It must be the subsequent.
The following 6 months.
6 months. Yes.
So that would be in January 2020.
So anyway, I'll send you the.
All right.
I'll send you the letter.
Please do. I know you've mentioned the phases in which assets were disposed, but we've not gotten to that stage yet.
Sure.
So we'll continue on other issues, and then we will subsequently get into sales. So now you've stated that, as we've seen in your letter, you've received a letter with the scope of work. Initial period agreed upon was 6 months, and the fees were also agreed at the time. All of this was done at this particular meeting, and then subsequently you received the letter, but you said it's a short time frame. Your letter is dated 13th of June, and it says that it's going to come into effect on the 18th of June. Did you have any questions with that short period within which you received the letter and when the contract or that period was supposed to take place?
No, I didn't have any concern.
You did not have any concern.
Yeah, because it didn't mean that it's officially starting on the 18th, but it doesn't mean that you will start selling immediately. Because
No.
there are certain things,
of course,
that you need to put in place, etc. No, I wasn't concerned.
Did the AG tell you why?
No, I don't recall why the short period between. I guess he was ready to move on.
Were you aware that there was a receiver at this time? At the time you were being contracted, there was already a receiver.
No, I wasn't aware.
You
As
were
I
not
said,
made
I
aware.
wasn't know. I didn't know the exact date that.
But at this time you knew that Mr. Prom was receiver for certain properties and assets that belong to the former president.
Yes, I knew that he was receiver, but I didn't in terms of whether he was still receiver. And also, this assignment really was issue of disposal. Mainly was disposal of assets.
It did involve management of shares, companies, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And those were the specific assets or properties that Augustus Prom was in custody of at the time.
Okay, I wasn't aware that.
You were not told?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
That it was, the former receiver was still, no, I wasn't told.
All right. Very well. You stated in paragraph 13 of your statement that subsequently, or that you used to have, after your appointment, there were meetings with the AG and somebody from your team would take minutes.
Yes.
How often did you have these meetings with the Attorney General?
In terms of frequency,
Yes.
I think really it was on a needs basis. I
As a
mean,
needs
he really allowed us to execute our mandate. But really, when we have when we have the phases, when we do the tenders, we do go to the office, not necessarily meeting with him, but meeting with his staff.
Okay.
The force, I know that the force bid opening, he was involved. He wanted to know how the process was like. But subsequent to that, we were mainly dealing with the Solicitor General and Mr. Binger.
Okay. And anytime you went to the Attorney General's chambers for these meetings or bid openings, you would keep record of minutes.
Yes.
And then these minutes, are they available?
Yes. So what we used to do is after we finish the bid opening, we'll do the evaluation, initial evaluation whilst we're there.
Okay.
And then we'll send an initial report. When we go back to the office, we'll prepare a detailed report and then we'll send it to the Solicitor General.
So the report here is different from the minutes.
It will contain, I would say, it would be the minutes and also the evaluation.
Okay.
Yes.
And you stated that you have these minutes
I shared it with
the investigators.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All of them?
I sent it to a lady called Mary. So if I send it to Mary, does that mean?
Yes, she's a part of the investigators.
Okay.
So you sent all the minutes to.
I'll need to check, but I certainly recall having sent the minutes for the Banjul properties, for the West Coast properties. I'm not sure whether the minutes for the West Coast I sent the minutes. No, Banjul and Carnegie.
Okay.
West Coast, I'm not sure whether it was sent or whether it's in the bulk file.
In the bulk.
But I can check. If not, we can send it.
Yes, please. Honorable Chair.
Yes.
I would request here that the witness confirm what he has shared with the investigators, and then anything or any copy of the minutes that were not shared be provided to the committee.
Very well then. Mr. Witness, kindly do confirm what you sent to the investigation team, and any minutes that are pending from your end, you are urged to forward it.
Certainly.
To the lead counsel.
Yeah, certainly.
Thank you.
All right. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. So you mentioned that at the time you were receiving this appointment letter, this was the only document that you were given. But subsequently, you did receive documents with regards to the work, guidelines, or the list of properties. Who were you receiving these documents from?
The main contact person was Mr. Binga.
Okay, he was your contact person.
Yeah.
And would forward all these documents to you.
Yes.
All right. And then after your appointment, he shared documents. Which documents did he first share with you?
One document I can recall is the master list of assets.
Okay.
Yeah, although I was cautioned that
Sorry, please continue.
although I was cautioned that this is an initial list, and it doesn't necessarily mean that all those lists will be approved.
Okay.
Because it was subject to deliberation by the ministerial committee. So they were just giving me heads up of what kind of properties that will be coming. Yes, that's one of the initial documents that was shared.
All right.
Yeah.
Honorable Chair, considering we're approaching the usual time the committee takes a break, I believe this is a convenient point for me to stop for the time being until we come back from break.
Thank you, late counsel. The committee will adjourn till 3 p.m. Thank you.